Eating junk food has always satiated our hunger. It is cheap, it is easy to make, and it's easy to get. But do we know the main effects that this has in our body? Mexico has the record of being the first place in child obesity in all the world. Should this be something to be proud of? Despite of all the efforts of parents of giving the most healthiest food to their children, they will always be exposed to junk food. The purpose of my speech is not only to convince school cafeterias, but all of us to change our eating habits and to show you how bad junk food is, the main effects in our body, and give you some advices of how to eradicate this problem. Since we were just children, we were taught to eat our vegetables, but no, we prefer to eat junk food. But why do people prefer to eat junk food? Junk food is the most advertised food, so that's why people usually prefer junk food. And it is easier and faster to get, and it's so tasty. The worst part of this is that the place where children has more accessibility to buying this food is in a school, which is terrible because that is a place where it should only be sold healthy food for having more energy in classes. Also, if children are taught to eat junk food, they will do it all their lives. This is something very bad that a school cafeterias has in Mexico. And all of what I said, it's true. Junk food is tasty and it is so easy to get, but the main effects of it is something that we should have in consideration. Junk food has a lot of diseases, and we eat it. Our digestive system is affected when we eat junk food, and the liver is the organ that is most affected. People usually stop doing exercise because eating junk food reduces their physical condition, and having a lot of junk food consumption and stop doing exercise causes obesity. Adding to obesity, there's also diabetes type 2, and children are more prone to get this diabetes, and it's really sad to see children having this kind of trouble when they are in such a short age. And these are just a few main effects that cause to our body the consumption of junk food. I know that buying or doing healthy food can be more expensive or it can take more time, but it's the right way to eat. I will give you some advices to stop eating junk food and to start consuming more healthy food. Mexican government has implemented a reform where junk food has a bigger tax, so the junk food sale reduces. And also, as in the schools where most junk food is sold is in public schools, government could change the cafeteria menu and make it more healthy. And I know that this could take time, so parents could give healthy food to their children while this happens, instead of buying food in cafeteria of schools. And I know that avoiding the sale of junk food can affect the sellers in cafeterias or in retail stores, but that's not the way that we should be feeded. And I also know that eating junk food occasionally is not that bad, but Mexican citizens usually don't have control of this. These are some advices that I can give, but the most important advice that I can give to you is to have self-control. No one will make you have more control of your consumption than you. So I encourage you to have a control in yourself when you're choosing what to eat. In conclusion, the need of change in feeding habits in Mexican is urgent. It doesn't really matter if you're thin or you're fat. The real thing that matters is that you're healthy. Health is the most important thing that you should care when you're eating. So I encourage you to think twice when you're choosing what to eat.
You can end there.
I know the road is hard to get. It's not easy, but believe me, your body will thank you.
Okay, you have